Corla. I wish to start, Corla, by acknowledging the service to the state that the two individuals who put the first ad in the Irish Times back in '95, Michael Smith, who was, as I think most of us know, a former chairman of Antasca, and also the barrister Colm O'Huckey. It was probably an advertisement that has, without doubt, has led us to where we are today, having this debate about the Mahon Tribunal. And I just feel I have to put that on record because of what they did. They were the first to do it, and as I said, I think it's something that all of us should acknowledge. It didn't immediately lead to the establishment of the tribunal, but it, as a consequence, in '97, this Parliament did set up the tribunal. Not the government, the House. I made a point of checking on this. And I think it has to be said that from reading some of the transcripts of it at the time, there were, from some quarters, not all, because there are decent people in all political parties, but certainly from some quarters within the government of Fianna Fáil at the time, a reluctance to the establishment of the tribunal. And as Deputy Conlevy quite rightly stated, as others have, we shouldn't be having this debate at all. And of course, we wouldn't be having this debate if people who are elected to this Parliament were behaving themselves properly and not in receipt of corrupt payment. Since it was established again, and wasn't always people in Fianna Fáil or the PDs were at it as well, having a go at this tribunal. So having agreed and take the praise in one respect for setting it up, they then set about both directly and indirectly attacking the tribunal. And I've listened to some of the contributions both this morning and yesterday, and I hear people on the opposition side, bemoaning the fact that this cost a lot of money. Yes, it did cost a lot of money, and the duration of the tribunal. But I always say back to people who say that especially people from that side of the House, that the money and the time wouldn't have been spent if, as I've just said, some of your own had behaved themselves. But so be it. That's why we're here today. They obviously didn't. I also have to say that I'm proud as a Labour deputy, proud to say that not one Labour TD or councillor is indicted in the report. And I've heard some stuff this morning and yesterday again from the other side of the House, sort of challenging the Minister Hogan, who's been challenged quite a lot in recent days, but challenge him in relation to the not publishing reports into county councils outside of Dublin. I think my word of advice to them is be very careful what you wish for, because again, it's been said by the previous speaker that if you think this is just a Dublin problem, well, hold your breath, because there's other stuff coming out in these reports, and people, if they think it was simply or confined to the Dublin, it was not, and there's some horrific stuff in it. Can I just conclude, Corla, because I'm sharing my time with a colleague? I have to say that having read, like everyone else, at no point, I was selective, should I say, in what I was reading. But I have to say that in relation to one particular person, because I think he was vilified, and I'm not defending the man because he made payments to, I'm talking about Tom Gilmartin. I don't know Tom Gilmartin, I know nothing about him that's worth talking about, but I have to say his contribution and the nature of it and the frankness of it and I think truthfulness of his contribution stands out. And I know he gave money, but I suppose I have a certain sympathy for people like myself that had to emigrate at one stage and you end up in England, etc. Tom Gilmartin was one of those people. But if you haven't read the testament that he gave, and he didn't have to give it, he could have turned the other way like some others did. But this man was vilified from top to bottom. And one of the ironic things about it, he came back to this country after being out of this country, and he finds himself in this building with a government minister. I'm talking about Pádraig Flynn, a government minister wearing his Armani suit, and he's trying to take 50,000, whatever it was, pounds, I presume, out of his pocket.
Deputy, you're over your 5 minutes.
And I conclude on this. I concur. He then found himself out in County Dublin with men with black glasses who would not show their faces under the guise of being Republicans. They were also trying to get their fingers into his wallet. So for a man in this situation, it must have been quite a dilemma, but I think it's testimony thing. And I will conclude on this, concurrly. I have a very simple analysis about people who took, in high places, who took corrupt payments. I know what they should do. They should do time in jail.
Thank you. Deputy Kenny.
Thanks.